ABC News World Headquarters in New York. This is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night. And we begin tonight with the coronavirus and the highly contagious Delta variant racing across the country. We're now seeing nearly 57,000 new cases a day in this country. That's up 400% in just 5 weeks. And the new evidence that fully vaccinated people with those breakthrough infections of the Delta variant can potentially spread the disease to others. That new CDC guidance urging Americans in areas with a surge in cases to wear masks indoors, even if you're vaccinated, and for school children, teachers, and staff to do the same regardless of vaccination status. And tonight here, Dr. FAUCI pointing to new data showing the level of virus in vaccinated Americans in these so-called breakthrough cases involving the Delta variant. It's 1,000 times higher than the original Alpha variant, leading to the ability to give this to others. And Dr. FAUCI says that's what's driving all of this new guidance. President Biden, meanwhile, expected to be on the verge of mandating vaccines or weekly testing for nearly 2 million federal workers. That could come tomorrow. New York also doing the same for all state employees, and even stricter rules for state-run hospitals, saying all patient-facing healthcare workers must be vaccinated with no testing option. Tonight, New York City now offering $100 for New Yorkers to get their first shot. And the battle over masks after that new CDC guidance, the St. Louis City Council, for one, overturning that city's new mask mandate just 1 day after it went into effect. Tonight, 7 states already have laws banning mandates. Tonight, Pfizer's CEO is calling for booster shots, saying they have found a drop in protection for some people about 6 months after their second dose of the vaccine. The best protection, they say, though, as always, to get vaccinated. More than 189 million people have received at least one dose, 66% of people 12 years and older in this country. And tonight here, also the new study showing what a booster shot could potentially do. How many more antibodies that would bring to your body to fight this virus. More study is needed, but it is making headlines as well. And ABC's Trevor Ault leading us off in Florida.
Tonight, the Delta variant tearing through much of the country, spreading furiously among the unvaccinated, with COVID cases soaring nearly 400% in the last 5 weeks.
If you're not getting vaccinated, I feel like it's kind of unethical or irresponsible at this point because it's so dangerous.
President Biden expected to mandate vaccines or testing for nearly 2 million federal workers, and today New York requiring the vaccine or weekly testing for all state workers, with the original epicenter of the virus once again facing substantial spread, averaging 1,000 infections a day. New York City will now pay you to get vaccinated.
$100 for any New Yorker who goes to a city-run site to get vaccinated.
And adding to the urgency, new evidence fully vaccinated people with breakthrough infections can potentially spread the Delta variant, something that was highly unlikely with the earlier Alpha variant.
When a person gets infected who has been vaccinated, namely a breakthrough infection, and they get infected with the Delta variant, that the level of virus in their nasopharynx is about 1,000 times higher than with the Alpha variant.
The CDC pointing to unreleased data showing an infected vaccinated person carries the same viral load as an infected unvaccinated person. A major reason the agency's now recommending masks indoors for everyone in areas with high transmission. But in many of those hot zones, resistance. 7 states already have laws banning mask mandates. Arkansas's ban taking effect today. And overnight, St. Louis voting to end a local indoor mask mandate a day after it went into effect. But the county executive insisting it remained in effect and blamed the pushback on politics. On Capitol Hill, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy slamming a new mask rule in the House of Representatives, tweeting, "The threat of bringing masks back is not a decision based on science." Asked about McCarthy's comments, Speaker Nancy Pelosi saying this. Is Kevin McCarthy a moron, and if so, why?
I said earlier in my comment, science, 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 and science. To say that wearing a mask is not based on science, I think is not wise, and that was my comment. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
And tonight, Pfizer's CEO pushing for a booster shot, pointing to new research showing the vaccine after 6 months goes from 96% effective to 84% effective against symptomatic COVID. And another new study showing a booster shot can boost antibodies 5-fold in younger people. Pfizer could ask for emergency authorization for a booster within weeks.
We can see that there is a drop in the protection of infections, and there is a drop in the protection against hospitalizations, but only for people, or mainly for people, that they are 6 months, that they did 6 months ago their second dose.
Today at Tampa General Hospital, we saw the toll on the unvaccinated and the teams caring for them.
This is heartbreaking because all this could have been avoided. This is unnecessary human suffering.
They're treating nearly 7 times as many COVID patients as they were just weeks ago, nearly all of them unvaccinated. Gerard Considine was not vaccinated and got COVID. He was intubated for 9 days.
I'm not used to using, being strong and stuff like that, and not being afraid of stuff. But this scared the heck out of me.
And 37-year-old Amanda Spencer from Ohio now wants the shot. She got COVID while on vacation in Florida, spending 11 days in a medically induced coma.
The side effects are nothing compared to what can happen to you. I mean, it's very, very real. I mean, my pictures prove it.
And Trevor's with us now live from Tampa tonight. And Trevor, there's been so much talk about when the FDA could give full approval for these vaccines. Authorities hoping that too will help with vaccine hesitancy across this country. And we're now learning tonight that full approval for the Pfizer vaccine could, and I emphasize could, come as early as September.
That's right, David. Sources are telling us that full FDA approval could come around September, which is only about 3 or 4 months after Pfizer's application, and that's a lot faster than what's usually a year-long process. But the FDA is trying to speed up that time frame without cutting any corners. David.
Trevor Ault leading us off from Florida tonight. Trevor, thank you. And the other developing headline as we're on the air this evening, news that President